You know what?
Hip hop started out in the park. Now it's $1 billion business. It's not my fault. You can tell by the way I dress and how I walk, the way I drip, the beat drop, and how I talk. Too much sauce. You couldn't cut Tough Crew off, cause it was so damn rough, like the Tough Crew song. Had the Reebok classes with the gumshoes, dog. All the fun we had and all the ones we lost. You got the moves, the shakers, the poppers, and the lockers, the DJs, the sock, the MCs, and the boppers, the breakers. A Million Man March couldn't save us. The energy created random two turntables. I'm hot 9-7, rhyme ready when I speak. Hip hop and R&B, 7 days a week.
You know what? You know what?
Since the sandbox, I was Anthrax. I was Beach Street with a train at. I was Lido, wearing them leads though. Alpinas, cheap yeah yo. Drinking 40s, pulling out bankrolls. I remember grandma stepping on my Legos. I remember broke backing up my Play-Doh. JBL was the ATM of the way though. A brick in the Winnebago. Pancakes and syrups, they ain't let go their ego. Or let go their ego. Ain't couldn't beat Mike Tyson on Nintendo. Black leather jacket, shell tops in my Kango. Gold rope chains when I'm posing for the polo. Backspins with that hardboard or linoleum. Crying on paint, saying my name on the stadium. Cyphers in the Port South Street as a dog. Beatboxing on the corner till the police came. We would battle anybody so they know our name. Beat Street, wild style, and my 1J. Testing 1200, got the speaker box pumping. Ain't nothing but the brand new funk that we be smoking. New stage, new city, new hundreds, new 50s. New women backstage trying to show me they
Plus how she fly with Medusa on my tee. Look like I'm from Dubai, but I'm from NP. If you wanna see me live, check my tour date sheet. When they throw on flip side, that crowd scream, yeah, free. Yeah, while I live, I be in Cockney, shopping in the mall like I ain't bored from the property. Rhyme properly, burn a beat like some calories. Used to count my pellies from the blue inside the gallery. Used to pull my scully down low and flow melodically. Boogie down production is nothing but my philosophy. 93 back of the trolley, spitting, finishing with fatalities. Ring, 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 ring.
Count is in, nigga, count me out. 36 ounces in, 50 ounces out. Wrist game, let me show you what a horse do. Whip game, let me show you what the sports do. These days a nigga dying for a title and his life up in the spiral cause he trying to go viral. They say the nigga used to be his idol till he caught him on the stand with his hand on the Bible. Under pressure niggas might wilt, but they say you can't cry over spilt milk. What about spilt blood when there's no guilt? A lot of niggas want a war but they ain't built. When it comes to these hoes shit I'm like Wilt. I move extra smooth man, I'm like silk. And use a woulda, coulda, shoulda nigga. I never talk straight money with a crooked nigga.
This is glory, whole different story. Last shot for the game when I ride boring. Roll the dice cause the big money lures me. Fly west warm when the cold weather bores me. Stunt 9-7 gold nuggets on the Morris and the mock neck. Had the gold Prezi light taught me. Young nigga get it when I gotta see I hit it. Couldn't hide the fact that the whole time I was a product of my environment. It was deep as Leviathan. 4 hoops on the front of the grill of the tire spin. Keep it circle small like the crack in the window when you running from the law. And the aromas in the car. You niggas just performers. Nigga I hit crack in the Eddie by Obama. Pre-Obama, before the tower drop, I'm talking pre-Osama. So the only 911's carved in that Porsche Targa. Put my foot on the gas, take off. I cannot let these boys pass me. Make a move in the
Spanish Fly up in the building. What's going on, G's? We up in the building.
Well, today is it's going to be a real legendary situation because we got a legend in the building.
You know?
And he always showing love. I never seen him be cocky towards nobody.
Okay.
So, nevertheless, we gotta introduce that we got my guy, my big bro, Larry's in the building.
Hey, Larry, how are you?
That's right, he's
How are
definitely
you?
in the
Come
building.
on.
Yep, right here, good bro. Yo. I'm telling you, like, we definitely got a lot to talk about.
Gotta film it so I can put it on my page for y'all.
All right, no problem. Well, you know,
Promoting.
well, we know it's all good. We definitely live on the air right now.
Definitely.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
There it is.
About to get busy.
We definitely about to get busy.
Politics.
Yeah. So what's been up, big bro? You know,
Man, just chilling. You know, you already know. You already know, man. Hey, where's the chart? I wanna go live.
Okay.
My phone. I need a Droid joint.
You need
An
a Droid joint?
Who got a charger? It might be one of those.
Yeah, I know I'm live on the air, but
Oh yeah, we definitely live on the air. We live on the camera.
I gotta take this joint off. Oh, it's already y'all already filming? Y'all
Oh yeah,
filming
it's
this
already. We already
so
live on the air.
alright, I can take it from your page
We,
then, right?
we live on the air right now.
Alright.
I
So
just-
I can take it from your page?
Oh yeah, we live
Okay,
right now.
cool,
So
alright.
basically, what's going on, bro?
What's up?
Yeah, for these new people, you know what I mean? Because I keep trying to stress, good looking, bro. I always try to stress to the artists, do your homework. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. He's been one of the ones that was on me like, yo, I don't think you should do it like that. And I took key and listened. You know, which brings me to this point right here. So, is there anything you can tell them before we even get into your interview? Because this is real hot for me, bro.
Oh, no. Hey, listen, man. Let's talk.
Let's talk. Well,
We're
let's
gonna
go.
talk about hip hop, man.
That's right.
And
Let's get into
Philadelphia,
it.
man. We're gonna
Say
give
no
you
more.
all the facts, man. You know, for the record, you know, I started this probably like in '84. You know, when hip hop first started coming to Philadelphia. This is with when Lawrence Goodman had Biz Markie in them. This was even before Cool C and Steady B. You know, so I go back that far, and I seen the politics of this city, man. You know, it is what it is. So what I try to do is I try to school the new generation. Don't do this, don't do that, because I've never seen something good come out by doing this. You know, so. You know, and that's being real, man. I don't want nobody to take the long way to success, man. You know, I'm
I'll
gonna
take
give you
the
all the
long way.
shortcuts, man.
That's good.
You know, and Philly always had a reputation. We're scared to put other people on, man,
Right.
because they wanted to hog the attention and fame for themselves. You know, so I never was like that, man.
Well, guess what? I can tell you firsthand he's not like that. He's never been like that since I known him. And take heed if the brother dropping the jewel on you, because as he said, he learned from other people too. He don't just
Man, I learned
give
from
the
a lot
advice.
of people mistakes. Let me say that, man.
Yeah.
The best way to learn from anything is by someone's mistake, man. You know, if you see what they're doing and you see that's not working for them, you do something different, man. Don't be afraid to do anything different, man.
That's right.
Definitely, man. For those new cats that don't know what you do, can you explain to them a little bit, please?
All right, I started off as an artist, a rap artist, back in the days with the group 3 Times Dope. You know, EST, the greatest man alive.
Okay.
He had all types of hits,
Well, that's
man. I started doing records with him, and then from there I came out with my own single, Let Larry, and then I did Confused with Prince Marky D, and I think there's Mark Coy, I forgot, Coy Rodney. They was the guys that did Real Love for Mary J. Blige and a couple other bangers, man. So I started working with them. But this is when things got interested. I was signed to a label right here in Philadelphia called Rough House Records. And I'm sure y'all know Rough House Records. They had the Pooh Geez, they had Crisscross, they had, they have a lot, Cypress Hill, they had a lot of people. But I was the first one on that label to break them. So they can get those other artists, man. So, you know, and again, that started right here in Philadelphia. So, you know, I was always down with, you know, being part of Philly. You know, when I started creating the buzz, I could have easily signed with Russell Simmons back then. But when they told me it was a new label in Philly, but they just starting out, but they'll make you a priority, I said, yo, forget that. I'm going with Philly. And that's how I came out. So I was always a big fan of Philly artists, man. And will continue to be a big
And
fan
to
of
this
Philly.
day, I see.
Yeah.
And I'm telling y'all firsthand, because I've been one of the DJs for his event, so
Yeah,
I've been with him some time. He always stressed to me, don't forget about that Philly music. I was like, I can't forget.
Can't forget.
Can't forget Philly.
I can bring it back, man. Hey, Philly is a large market, man, and Philly, man, has so much flavor going on, man. You just gotta be willing to open the doors for a lot of these new artists. A lot of people, let's say like a Meek Mills is banging. A lot of artists want to ride that wave in Philly because they think that's the only way they're going to get signed. But then you have people like P&B Rock, Uzi Burt. They went against the grain and did something different. And now look at them, you know?
Originality.
And I always said that. But now here's the thing. It wasn't radio that broke them. It was the internet that broke them.
Yeah, the internet is crazy.
But if it was for radio, we would have continued going with the norm. The people that's making noise in Philly, the Meek Mills, if it was for radio. But they came through the internet and the world accept them, and then radio in Philly had to pick up where they, you know, what we was doing. Like, oh snap, they young.
Streams is where you make the money at now. I tell people all the time, the visual. They want to be able to see you.
Visuals, everything, man.
Definitely add up.
I told somebody that a long time ago. I said visual is everything. For instance, I get artists that's always sending me music, man. Always, you know, I do a lot of, well, I should tell y'all, I do a lot of concerts in Philadelphia. Just had Jada Kiss here. Before that, I do a lot of those silent parties where people rock their headphones. I do a lot of old school events. So I do a lot of different events, man. And, you know, again, one of the things that I make sure I do is have a Philadelphia artist on these shows.
Right.
Not just bringing in people from Atlanta, not just bringing in people from New York. And if we're going to do that, we got to mix it up with Philly. And, you know, I see a lot of shows going on in Philadelphia, man, where everybody's from out of town, but they're not giving people from Philly no love.
Right.
I think that sucks, man. We got to stick together.
No, man.
Is this mine or yours?
You know?
Yes,
and this one yours, that one his.
Okay.
Shout out to my lady squad. Shout out to y'all.
Hey.
Spanish Fly and what's her?
That's my
That's
sister.
Lika
That's
right
my
there.
Lika Lovely.
Lika Lovely and Spanish Fly. Larry, Pooh Geez.
You know how we do it.
Glockaware.
Glockaware.
Hey, salute the Glockaware. Y'all be doing big things, man. I've been following y'all for a minute. I'm y'all biggest fans.
Hey, thank you.
That's
Shout
what I'm
out for
talking
coming
about.
through.
Shout out to
Appreciate
you,
love.
man.
Shout out, definitely for coming
for
through.
sure.
You know,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
we gotta let the people know we got some things coming up, man. Y'all need to come out to these events.
All right, well, you know what? This is going to be important for all these artists out there. Years ago, in the early 2000s, I started something called Industry Tuesday. Industry Tuesday was a spot where all the top artists in Philadelphia would go and perform. And what I would do is I would contact everybody that I knew in New York that was on the labels. And I would tell them, listen, I'll pay for your hotel, I'll pay for your transportation, come listen to some of these artists. And they'd be like, Larry, let's do it. So I would bring people down every Tuesday to this place called Club Flow, Industry Tuesdays, and so much talent was coming out of there. I mean, at one time, you look on one side of the room, you got Miss J. This when she was killing it. Look on the other side of the room, you got State Property. This is when they was killing it. On the other side of the room, who could barely get in the club hiding, was Meek Mills. You seen the top artists in this one building. And when I stopped doing that, Philly sort of like fell back. Not only, they was just doing showcases, but it seemed like it was more about the money. It wasn't about helping the artists. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm bringing it back. Okay. I already got the crew up in New York, Atlanta, and L.A. Already said, Larry, find a spot. Let's do it, man. And I'm doing this for Philly. I'm going to do this for Philly because we need it.
You definitely
I'm going to do this for
Definitely
Philly, and you know we need it. And again, and it always was free. I never charged nobody to perform at my joint. All you had to do is get there, put your name on the list, you perform it. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay.
So that's why I tell artists,
That's what's that.
I tell them one song.
Yeah, one song.
One song. We ain't got to do like 2 and 3 because the labels on some real stuff is they listen
They
to
only
the
want to
2
hear
songs.
one.
No,
The first song don't grab them. What's the?
I tell you that, you want to keep it 1,000? It's not even about the song no more. It's about your appearance. It's about your look. It's about what you're saying and how you're looking towards that song. Everything is marketing, man. You don't got to be the hottest rapper, but if you got something to market behind the song you're doing, you're going to be successful. Look at that cowboy song. What's the Dead. Look at that.
Sound Road.
Man, he ain't the best rapper in the world.
No,
But what he was saying, match.
Yup, they had the cowboy and the cowboy boot.
It all fell in place. I give you a quick story. One day I was in Atlanta. This was years ago. I was at a opening for Rough House Records, right? They was doing something big out there. Jermaine Dupri came, man, with these kids. And when I first saw him, it was crisscross, right? But they had their clothes on regular. They just walking around. Nobody paid these kids no mind. Nobody. And when they went to, before they got to perform, they put their clothes on backwards. And walked back in the room, the whole place stopped. And was like, yo, who's that? Who's that? Before they rap. And once they rap, and what they was talking about and the look they had, they sold 1 million records out the gate soon when they came out, man. It's all marketing, man. People focus too much on the lyrics. It's marketing. Everything is
market
visual.
it, right? You have to have a market.
What's the boy name? Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
That record wouldn't have been big if he ain't had that dance to go with it. All that stuff play hand in hand. And people is misleading these artists, keep telling them, oh, you the hottest rapper. No, that's not what it's about.
They worried about what's gonna make them money.
Man, we buy into the image. And I always say this because this is important. I do marketing. You go to the movies based on a 30-second commercial.
Right.
You get hype over a movie based on a 30-second commercial.
Oh,
you
yeah,
ain't even
that
seen
trailer.
it yet.
Right.
It's the trailer.
That trailer drag you right there.
Yeah, that trailer had people lined up at the movies.
Right.
That's marketing, man.
Yeah.
So now, if 1 million people buy into the hype of your marketing, you just went platinum without even trying.
It's already
because
sold.
1 million people bought into the hype you sold. That's all it's about, man. And that's the thing, man. I try to teach people the business. If you, I could get anybody in this room a deal right now. And I'm gonna tell you how simple this is. If you could show me that you get 1 million views, right? I get a label to give you a deal for 200,000. Why? Because they're gonna figure out a way to get all those people who's into your music online or whatever to donate $1 for a stream. So they're gonna invest 200,000 to go after 1 million. Even if they fall short, they got their 200,000 back, and they still got you on contract for another couple years.
That's 100 right there.
Yo,
Wow.
did you see how that
Crazy.
just worked?
That's crazy.
Yo, that's bananas, man.
And that's exactly the way
you
it
get
works. too.
anybody a deal. All I gotta do is prove that you got the streams, you got people looking. That's it.
Because you have to have some traction. That's one more thing I want to add too.
Yeah.
The first thing come out the
This is
artist's
real
mouth.
stuff.
How much is we getting paid?
For what?
So when they come out, they come just with themselves and expect.
Oh, you talking about the perform?
A lot of times, yeah, they come out like that.
But you know what? I don't blame them for that though, because I'm gonna tell you something. A DJ, a hot DJ, you know what makes a hot DJ? Not someone that could play all the top records, but somebody has a following.
Right.
That makes a hot DJ. So if a DJ say, yo, I need 1,000, now you go to his followers and he got 1 million people, give him his 1,000. Because you're only banking on 1% coming out to see that hot DJ.
Right.
Understand.
So it's business. But
Yeah.
you cannot have 200 followers talking about you want 1,000. It don't work.
It doesn't match up at all.
It doesn't. Man, listen, I could get you to make me a hot playlist and I'll play it in the club and save money if I have to do that.
Right.
But you want the following from those DJs. And that's something the artists and DJs don't get, man. They focus too much on being the
craft
best
part.
at their craft.
Right.
They don't know how to market. That's why Philadelphia artists don't grow like they should. Meek Mill's got with Rick Ross, and Rick Ross and Rock Nation marketing geniuses, man. So they took them to a whole different level.
Exactly.
They knew exactly what they're doing, man. And we don't have enough people that's tied into marketing in Philadelphia that can break these artists, man. That could break these artists. We need more of that.
That's true.
Yes, we do. I do agree with that. Because You just answered the question like 50 different ways. I appreciate that, man.
Listen.
Right.
Look, cause I be trying to tell them, it's like I'm always be worrying about the artist more than myself sometimes, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, on the DJ side, I be trying to make sure they stuff right. One thing I wanted to ask you about too.
What's
How
that?
important is labeling your sets? Labeling the
Label on-
sets. They
what do
don't
you
label
mean,
their
like-
sets. They don't even label their sets. And
The music
expect-
they play?
Oh yeah, the music for the artists themselves to perform. They think they don't have to come prepared. You're supposed to go to YouTube. You're supposed to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, man. a real smart person will follow. Sit back and study what it's going to take to become successful. You can't teach everybody, man.
That's real.
I tell you this, man. A little kid could be 2 years old. If you're Jamaican and you talk a certain way and walk a certain way, guess what that 2-year-old kid gonna do?
Gonna mimic it.
Gonna replicate.
Exactly. People learn by observing, man. You think their parents told them, no, you talk like this, or you know you walk like this? You think they told them that?
No, they just
They sat
fit
back.
the atmosphere.
They sat back, look, and observe, and they start taking on whoever's close to them behavior. So if you're doing that as a kid, it's in you. If you see somebody doing something well, you see somebody winning at it, you're going to start taking notes, and you're going to instantly move that way, man. That's how you grow, man. But if you're not taking notes what's around you and who's successful and who's doing this and doing that, you're always going to be behind, man. You're always going to be behind, man. You'll never grow.
So basically what I got out of that, number one is you got to definitely change your atmosphere. You're trying to move to another level. Don't be at the same place that you was last year. Try to step to another level.
Yo, this game is real, man. You gotta surround yourself around people you could grow from, man. That's just the bottom line, man. If you could grow with your team, y'all gonna be cool, because y'all gonna make each other stronger, man.
Right.
You can't be the strongest one in your team.
And nobody
Because who
else is
who
helping
you gonna
out.
grow
Everybody
from?
just trying to,
Right.
like, just
It's like you
live
full
their
already. You know, they always
Yeah.
kick that, oh, I'm full already. I'm like,
Right.
I'm hungry. I don't know what you
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you this, man. Again, man, I like what y'all doing here, man, because I see it online. You know, I see your movement. Y'all get back, man. Y'all be in the park doing y'all thing, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. We
Yeah,
Same
but,
stuff you doing,
but here's
bro.
the thing: when you see it, though, when you see other people doing it, it's a blessing because you get it. Y'all have a movement. You know, if
Right.
more people create movements in the city, and then your crew get with this crew, that crew get with this crew, or better yet, let's say I have X amount of followers and a lot of artists, and you have a showcase. I send my crew to your showcase. You send your crew to my showcase. But
And
guess what's going to happen? Every time we have something, it's going to be successful because we're looking out for each
There's
other, man.
more
That's
people
right.
in the building, more hands washing the other, helping
That's
out.
right, man. And Philly was never known for that. Atlanta was known for that. Atlanta was known for that. You know, you heard when Atlanta was banging, you heard Lil Jon with
Right.
Usher, Lil Scrappy. I mean, they always
Change
collabing with each other, man. Even though there was different crews, they always collabing with each other. And that's why it took off so fast. In Philly, soon when somebody's buzzing, we hold on to that.
Right.
Like, nah, we got this.
Everybody wanna
Yeah,
hold
like
it to
like that's
themselves.
the only one. Like you got to play that person all night long. Then
Like, yo, dude, share some of that love. Share some of that love, dude.
knowing there's way more people.
Like, damn. You know, I mean, like, life is real, man. You know, I'm not here to, I'm not the type of person that's going to say all this fly stuff and do something different. Everything I'm talking about is things I've been doing for as long as people knew me.
Right.
You know
For
what I
sure.
mean? It's even before rap, I believe in, yo, listen, if you're real, I'm going to help you. You know, all I ask you to do is help me or help the next person when you get put on. And that's something hard for a lot of people to do. Because we deal with a lot of selfish people in the music business in Philly, man. So,
And that's true.
I had to put my hands together on that
We talk
one.
about it all the time, how everybody just offer themselves. And, like, a lot of people in Philly, like, it's like you got to leave the city to get that love, like, get that support. Like, how you can be in Philly and all your family and friends and all of that don't show up to your shows. But as soon as you get on, everybody want to be on that bus with you, like, hey. But you go somewhere else, Miami, down south, somewhere like that, and you be like, I'm from Philly. They like, oh, Philly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's just a different type of welcoming when you go to these different cities and these different states and be like, damn, we can't even get that love in our own city from our own folks, but you can go somewhere and complete strangers is like, hey, you know?
It's sad,
and
but-
it's just one of those things that Philly got to get it together, because everybody is so full of hating about themselves that they not
Philly
about
is,
like
Philly
trying to
is
help
vicious, man.
nobody
Well,
else.
That's the thing. I'm gonna tell you
wanna be
something.
better than everybody.
And I'm not gonna put all the blame on women in Philly, but what happens is the women seem to focus on the people that have it. So once a guy get it, he know that, you know, if he share his worth, that takes he share his fame and everything with everybody else, that takes away from him. Philly, like, a lot of these girls like to go after the one person that's getting it. They all focus on that one person. So a lot of people, again, they grabbing fame and they scared to get rid of because it might have took them a while to get that girl number. It might have took them a while for that girl to be interested in them. So once you get that type of attention from these girls, you know, they just want to hold on to it. Now when you go other places,
And you getting it all over, you like, damn.
you could be on a bike. I lived in
Right.
Boston. You could be on a Huffy bike and say you from Philly, and they all in your face.
I
Like,
know
what's
that's
up?
right.
I don't bite.
Yo, I'm telling you how.
The
what?
truth.
That's facts.
Pull up on it.
Because people
Definitely
love
facts.
Philly, like,
Yes.
it's the truth.
Because it's about you. If
Yeah.
It's about you. If they like your flavor in other places, they like your flavor.
Right.
In Philly, before they like your flavor, you have to come with something. Like, why should I like your flavor?
Right.
What do you drive? Like, for instance, there's girls named guys by what type of car they drive. Like Pooh Geez with the Mercedes. That ain't your last name. Or Pooh Geez with the BMW. Or Pooh Geez that be dressed fly. It's all material. They're not saying Pooh Geez the nice guy. Because they don't focus on that, man. They want to be with somebody have something attached to them, man. And that's why Philly don't grow the way they should, man. Because they're attached to the wrong things, man.
Right about that. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
that's
up,
true.
man?
That's true.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, man. So after this conversation,
That's
man,
true.
please let them know we definitely got something coming for them.
Oh, yeah. Listen, man, you know, maybe I need to do this more often, man, because maybe I should be trying, you know, not only doing showcases, but giving them knowledge, man, giving them knowledge. Look, focus on this, focus on that, you're going to win. Simple as that. And surround yourself around people that want to see you win, and you
Right.
want to see them win. You know?
Well, we definitely got to throw a team around here, because everybody trying to win and want to see everybody winning.
What up, my doggy?
You know, we appreciate that.
Hey,
Definitely
how's the
appreciate
music
that,
coming
Joe,
along,
man.
man?
Definitely, and I definitely can't wait for the showcases and stuff to come up. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, we're gonna shut it down, man.
Call it a showcase, though.
Huh?
That's not a showcase. Don't call that a showcase.
What should I call it?
You got going on?
Yeah,
Concert.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
that's
when
the
I
show.
say showcase,
Those are shows.
yeah, that's a show. But when I say showcase, to me at the time, maybe I need to get away from that word showcase. But it's one of those things where as though we showcasing the top artists in Philadelphia. Now I won't say open mic. I won't say open mic. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, good brother. So we're gonna do an industry show. How about that?
Hey,
Industry
let's get it.
show. You heard that, right, y'all?
Industry
Y'all
show.
ready? We always
Y'all get ready. Y'all better bring your A game, because
Hey, one song.
it's a one-song situation, and don't come with the money. How can I say? Don't thinking that you can pay money to do another song and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Don't
nah,
do that.
that's that corny stuff, man. I mean,
I don't let that go
hold
on
on,
my
back
don't-
in the day, like, I might have done that. We're like, yo, hold on, what? I used to have, man, I'm gonna tell you, Industry Tuesday, we used to be, it used to be so crazy in Industry Tuesday, man. They used to start at $500 to do one more song, man. This not something I asked for. They be like, yo, let them on next. I give you a G. I remember back in the day,
Wow.
Cicero. Remember
You know,
Cicero?
they like, we'll take it.
And what's the other kid name? Bugsy. from Takedown Records. This was years ago. Cicero and Takedown Records. They got into a little thing in the club, like, yo, we can battle right now. So I'm like, nah, the list is full. Y'all can't do anything. And Ace Capone was like, he was the owner of Takedown Records. Yo, I give you 5 stacks, let him go. I said, next.
Now that's different. Next to the stage. Take your records.
Where my money in?
Next.
Like, we don't usually normally do this, but go ahead and give them the mic.
Yeah, right.
Big going up. Go from once.
They're like, yo, we want to walk.
They like, who next?
Takedown Records.
Another artist from Takedown Records.
Hey, my man, Mike Knox did the same thing. That was my man, Mike Knox, man. He just came home. Salute to Mike Knox, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember one time he wanted to do a couple songs. I said, man, I can't do that. I got a bunch of artists. Man, they gave me a bag full of money. I bought a Cadillac the next day, man. Just to let them do. Well, you got to keep in mind, one thing for sure, there was somebody in the industry in that crowd. I tell you, I met this lady one time inside there. She would come every week, black lady. I can't think of her name, right? We was doing belts back then. We do Hot 16, the winner win the belt and stuff like that. Come to find out, that was one of the executive producers from BET. And shortly after that, they start giving out belts when they had those rap battles and stuff back in the day. So Philly was doing so much, creating so much, and people was coming to Philly to take the slang. Like Hot 16s, when you say Hot 16, that was created in Philly.
Of course.
People would take their best 16 and battle. What you see now, that smack and all that other stuff, I've been doing that a long time ago, man. Like these battle artists go in each other's face with the catchy punchlines. Man, we like, Philly is so ahead of the game, man.
Yeah, that was done way, you did that way back.
Way back, man. I just should have capitalized on it. With me, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I was making the money, but more importantly, I just wanted to see people win and open up avenues for other people, man. When you stay in the game long enough, man, you're gonna get your blessings,
Right.
But that was always me, man.
Amen.
But let me say this too, real quick, man, while we busting it up, man. Some of y'all people out there, man, get into promoting, man.
Right.
Get into promoting. As an artist, I never knew nothing about promoting. I just knew that, okay, we go through a show, they give us thousands. As an artist, I'm thinking I'm winning. Until one day, when I moved out to Boston, I met this kid from New York. And this kid told me, yo, Larry, I just grabbed 10 stacks from this car accident. I want to do a show. The kid name was Butter. He was like, yo, I want to do a show, but that's going to be all my money, or I could just buy a car. I said, man, buy that car, man. You got to get around. Your car going to make money. He said, you know what? Nah, I'm going to do this show. He took $5,000 and gave it to Noriega. He took $3,000 and gave it to this club called the Palladium. And took $2,000 and promoted this show in Boston. That's his whole tent. The night of his show, 3,000 people showed up. They all paid $30 to get in. I went in the back, was watching them count $90,000 cash in 4 hours. And guess what? Now keep in mind, let's break down. Nori only got 5.
Right. He made way more
The
than
club owner only got 3.
So he
got $90,000 in 4 hours. I saw that. I left rap alone. I never touched the mic again.
So that's what made you stop.
I stopped.
Damn.
Yo, I'm a businessman. You see somebody with 90,000, and then you see somebody happy jumping on stage, a rapper with only 5,000.
Thank you.
I said, you know what? Never again would I touch that mic. The only way I touch a mic if it's my show. If you see me doing anything, it's my show. From open mics to old school concerts, they'd be my shows. When you see something like that, man, you seeing the kid. Now, he didn't even have a car. Where he put the money in his book bag and we walked to get some pizza. $90,000 in his book bag in 4 hours and we chewing on pizza. I wasn't the same, man. I was like, never again.
Damn, that'll mess my head up
Never
too.
again.
Wow.
And I'm sure y'all saw this, man, but $90,000 in 5 and 10s.
Lot.
Yo, you thought you was Al Capone at that time, man. Like, yo, but I never.
$90,000 off of 10 is like a win anyway. It's like a win-win situation.
So now you see how In the Streets Tuesday started. So when I came back, some people know this and some people don't. I'm gonna open the door. When I came back to Philly after seeing all this stuff, I was asking people. I said, "Yo, I want to do some events. I want to do some shows. What's popping here?" At that time, Go-Go was popping, Piccadilly, Night on Broadway, Fox Valley, all these other events, right? So I'm like, all right, so the strip thing is big. This is before Onyx. This is before Vanity Grant, all that stuff. This is years ago. Yep. So I said, all right.
Don't be telling your age.
Let me do this. I want to do some strip joints. But I had to do something that was going to be different than what everybody else was doing. So sort of like what Glockaware and y'all just recently did, I brought in adult stars. And everybody flocked to the place to see the adult stars. And the girls was coming in paying $100 and $200 so they could dance in the same building as the adult stars. So before I knew it, I had 800 people in there, and I probably had 200, 300 girl dancers in there. So I was making a killer. And what happened was I got out of it shortly after, like 2 or 3 months later, because people start coming up to me saying, man, I got some girls. Where can my girls audition at? Like if I was some old pimp or some stuff. I said, nah, man, I can't get out of this. Forget all that money. And that's what made me do something that I like. And that's when Industry Tuesdays was created. It was like, yo, if I want to do anything, I want people to know me for the music. I want people to know me for helping out artists. So I left that business alone and focused on that, man. But that's how I started. So I tell people out there, man, focus on promoting, man. That promoting stuff, people don't realize how serious that is. It's so serious, a lot of Asian people now own clubs.
That's true.
They now own clubs.
They know they coming.
Oh, they gonna come.
Yeah.
Entertainment is recession proof. If you depressed, you want to go drink.
Right.
Real talk.
And listen to music. That's a fact.
Exactly.
If you're depressed, you're not staying in the house. Nope. You're going to the corner bar, you're going to the corner club, you're going to the back in the day jukebox, whatever they call that stuff, man. It's recession proof. And people is getting money under a lot of people's nose, man.
That's right.
And to me, you know, share it with other people. Tell them, man, yo, look, put together your own show. You have a following, put together, and you got social media, it's free.
Right.
You can
got
promote all day long.
Promote all day for free, man. Yeah, listen, it's real out there, man. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing these young promoters that's getting involved with it, man. It's like, yo, these cats is killing them.
Definitely, they definitely be out here working. Shout out to Duke 61. I got shout you out. That's my guy he did too.
Yeah, this is serious, man. And you know, I mean, give it a shot. What you got to lose, man? You know, if you put together a small event, 100 people show up and they all pay 10, you just made a stack, man. You know, and some people got to work all week, all month to get a stack. You just did it for partying.
Right.
It's
you
definitely
got it in a couple hours.
That's definitely the lane. That's why. That was another reason why. You know, I was hyped when I got the chance to work with you because I was listening to your music when I was younger coming up. And that's crazy how I was like, hold up, I linked up with somebody that I was feeling.
Pooh's my man. Pooh did a lot of my events, man. DJ Pooh Geez right here. He done a lot of my events, man. One time, and I don't know if y'all know, man, but if you give him each artist one song throughout the night, you probably can only get 20 artists on. Me and Pooh knocked off 40 one night, man. 40 artists. Wow. I said, Pooh, you on point, player. 40 artists
Looking, bro.
at
Good
3
luck.
to 4 minutes a pop. That means you have to run right through them.
Right.
You know, so this is my
Definitely
man,
gotta know
Master.
what you're doing to do that.
Definitely. This definitely team. This fam right here, y'all. So look. So when he tell you he throwing the show, and you hear that name Larry, make sure you know it's not what you used to. It's probably something better than what you used to. or just get it together. Put your own stuff together if you can.
You're going to get something out of it because I'm a real cat. If you got a couple hundred people in the place and they all paid to get in, if there ain't nobody in the spot that can do anything with you, you're going to politic. And not only that, though, I throw you money. If I just made X amount of money and I see an artist, man, that got the potential, I might say, listen, I'm going to pay for your studio time this week. Let me get that money. We're going to get it back, man. You just continue to promote, man. But you got, whatever you make, you have to be able to give people some of it back, man.
Right.
Don't keep taking. Give some of it back.
Because that's just like a dog. If you give him one little piece of a biscuit, he going to come back looking for the whole biscuit. Like, hold up now, where the biscuit at now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a real cat, man, you give him something, man, you allow him to grow off of that, man. You know what I mean? I used to, when I was doing the industry events, man, I had people, grown men and women. They used to be so faithful coming down there, they might have came across problems through that week. And they'd come to me and be like, I ain't going to be able to come through because, this happened and that happened. And I paid rent. Like, yo, here go some money for you. Yeah, I can't do it because I'm behind on my rent. My landlord tripping. How much was it? I owe him $1,200. Here you go. And as long as that person, if they show that they down with me, I'm gonna show you that I'm down with you. I'm not just going to keep talking the talk, and that's why I've been around so long, because those that know me know that's real. I'm not saying that. I'm gonna do it. If you need it and I got it, let's get it. But all I ask you to do is ride with me the same way.
And also be willing to help the next person if you can.
Yeah, and that's more important. If you help somebody, we're cool. I'm going to continue to get my blessings. But you got to, only way you can win, man, is by giving blessings to others, man.
That's true.
It's the only way you're going to win,
You can't take it with you when you go, believe me.
Yeah, you can't, man.
That's true.
You got to give blessings. There's a lot of selfish people.
I was going to say there's a lot of selfish people out here.
There's a lot of but you know what about selfish people? They never grow.
That's right. I was going to say they get stuck.
They never grow. They were selfish back in the day, and you see them, they still selfish. They never grow.
But that's how a lot of them people, they grow rich and they be lonely. They be unhappy. They grow suicidal. You know what I mean? Because money can't buy you happiness. And you know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you said, you just keep taking and not giving nothing back, like where's your blessing at? You just thinking about yourself, and it's just like you gotta give back. It's a blessing that keeps giving. You know what I'm saying?
That's what life is about, giving back,
it's
man.
It's definitely about that. You hear it all the time. People just always taking and just out for self, and they always be the ones that's going through something. It's some type of depression or some type of just like a demon that they fighting within themselves, and they wondering why like things not going right, why I'm doing this and doing that, and I'm getting pulled this way and pulled that way, because you're not giving no blessings back. You're not doing something to help somebody else. And
you know what's scary about that? Sometimes
it just happens.
You could be selfish, and the karma come back through the ones you love.
That's right.
Through your mom, your kids, or something else, man.
That's
and
right.
you never get it. You be like, yo, why is all this happening to me? Dude, you're the most selfish person in this damn city. What do you mean? Why is this happening to you? I'm just old school, man. Do people right, man, and you will receive your blessing, man.
That's exactly how I play. Like, they keep asking me, they keep telling me, Pooh, why you keep looking out for this one, looking out? Well, I said, because people look out for me as well.
Yeah.
The cycle has to continue.
That's right.
Yeah, and don't never let nobody make you feel corny for looking out for people, man.
Never.
But they'll do it, though. Oh, man, you a nut. Why you do that?
Do that for them. Like, really, don't.
Or they hit this. You did this for such and such.
You know what?
You trying to take my blessing.
Hate because you're not doing
Hate
it. You ain't
for them.
doing it for them. But guess what? You the same person I don't need to do it for, because look how your mindset is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shows it all. Why would I want to help you? You ain't trying to help your damn self.
Yeah.
For nobody else.
That's right. The industry is vicious, man.
It is.
But we can get back to the music, because I be on some old... I get to talking about entertainment.
We here.
We
here. This is the Glock 4, baby. We do talking. We talk about everything.
We really talk it out. Some of it, some days we be really into just the music. Yeah. But there's some days like this right here, this one of them days, this was a need for this discussion, because we're lost. We got to find ourselves with this, man.
Yeah.
And when I say us, y'all, it's not about. I got these T-shirts coming out. Not about me. It's about us. And these shirts is going to go crazy.
It's real, man.
Y'all like that?
Yeah, but we definitely got to get into some of
I
this
got any
music.
water? Is any water here?
I got water around
You have
here.
any water, please?
Oh yeah, you got any questions for bro Larry?
I mean, he basically like did all of the talking. It's like all the questions and stuff is in there.
Yeah,
You know,
come on.
like
All right, come on over here, Wolf. Come on over here,
come
Wolf.
on, boy.
I got a question. What's good, my Wolf?
What's
Y'all
up,
already know
man?
it's Wolf Talk Radio.
Hey.
Real fast.
Thank you,
See,
good
cause
brother.
I was there when you did your retiring
Yeah, I
case.
remember. That's what I'm at.
Matter of fact, you invited me down privately to that South Street joint, and that shit was like I don't know how many years ago, but all I am here to say is I'm glad you back in the hip hop because because you retired, right? That was
Yeah, I left it alone.
That's why I was performing, right?
Yeah, you're right. I done it 15 years. It was 12 or 15 years before that time you talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
So I said, I could take a break now. 15
Right.
years strong.
And so you took a 5-year break? Or?
Yeah, well, like a 5-year break, yo.
I ain't keeping count, but I'm you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
But
right, like
I'm
a
glad
5-year
that
break.
you back in the mix, man, and you still seeing me do my thing because, like I told you, when you walked in, you never fronted on me when I was going to go to perform at Club Flow, tearing shit down. You
Yes,
always
sir,
been a
yes,
genuine
sir.
wolf. You know what I mean? You still that, man.
And I appreciate that, good brother, man. And you was setting the stage on fire back then, man. I'm
He
sure you
still
got.
is.
I'm still. I was gonna say, I'm sure you still got some flames there.
Oh, definitely.
That's what's up, man.
Definitely.
I like to see that, man. So some of these artists like yourself, man, when I see y'all doing your thing, man, I be like, yo, I already knew that person had it in them. I'm just glad that everybody else getting to see it, man.
Right,
So
right. Well, we definitely
That's
appreciate
crazy.
the love. You know
So
what I
look,
mean?
we're gonna go to a little break. You know, we gave y'all a full interview this time.
Sure
It
did.
wasn't a whole bunch of music today, but this had to happen. You ready? Here we go right here. This that new
Let's
shit
go.
right here.
Little Bangaz.
It's called Southwest No Look. Son of Jan from Non Brigade.
oh my boys.
That's what we hear.
Just have a little fun. That's what I do. You know. 1, 2, 3, and do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look. Come on, y'all. Just have a little fun. That's what I do. You know. 1, 2, 3, and do the Southwest no look, no look. 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 I go on and on. Haters can't believe that I last this long. This long. I've always been relevant, relevant. My flow tight like a celibate, celibate. F you like the president. Staying on a money mission for the president, president. Ben Franklin, that's my main man. Never move out without a game plan. Black gloves with the ski mask. My heart cold to make the heat blast. Put a bullet in your windpipe. I'm official like a rep with the pinstripe. Ain't no fraud over here, I'm official. 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 Do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look, no look. Do the Southwest no look, official. Ain't no fraud over here, I'm 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 official. People say I sound like pop, No player, I'm just saying hi. I'm official like a referee. I know it's hard, you gotta pray for your enemy. You look right, that's a no look. You look left, that's a no look. You look up, that's a no look. You look down, that's a no look. Ain't no fraud over here, I'm official. 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 Do the Southwest no look. 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 trendsetters, I be creeping. When I'm on state road, I'm screaming Southwest. If they send me upstate, I'm screaming Southwest. Critic on your ass if you try to grind. That's why a lot of homies, they was doing time. Tell 'em about South, Southwest. Where we from? South, Southwest. Where we from? South, Southwest. South, Southwest. You can tell the way I walk, I'm from Southwest. You can tell the way I talk, I'm from Southwest. Slide up and lids for the weekend. Then I hit trendsetters, I be creeping. When I'm on state road, I'm screaming Southwest. If they send me upstate, I'm screaming Southwest. Critic on your ass if you try to grind. That's why a lot of homies, they was doing time. These young boys here, they is really bucked up. Cause they'll kill you, they don't give a Troy Dooley, Vander Ryan, Marcia Core, Trey B. Grinding. You can catch a slug up in Southwest. Don't get me wrong, a lot of love up in Southwest. I'm a hood legend like June Capone. And we had to celebrate smacking tuna homie. South, Southwest. South, Southwest. South, Southwest. South, Southwest. South, Southwest.
WW to the D, they call me Reach Raw, carry the banger, that's who I be. Killing shit by landslide. And I come from zone 7, it's the code that we stand by. Feel no Liberty Bell. Had to spend too many nights with the digital scale. From the bottom in the neighborhood, used to play the projects. Used to sell 3-4 diamonds on the count. My old heads had me moving right, my jewelry bright. I had to keep the toolie tight. From Greenway to Pascal, anywhere I post up, you know I keep a camera lens, can get you close up. My old head was black child, don't get it twisted. Hit love, put 6 in your biscuit. Niggas still shook from the memories. Couple niggas living with some injuries.
Chester Ave, from the airport to Baltimore Ave. A lot of pretty girls out of Southwest. A lot of Ratchet City girls down in Southwest.
From Glenmore to Linmore, whip me up to Springfield, they know what it's hitting for. Super duper loud when I'm smoking. I done move work, up blend the yoke 'em. I done caught wreck down on Gaia. Sent shots through poles and I ain't hanging flyers. Used to bust tracks down on Wheeler. Stacking up the bag, then I took it to the dealer.
All right.
South, Southwest. Salute.
That's right. Shout out the Nine Brigade. Shout out to Beezy.
They used to work with my cousin Hot Runner, man. Hot Runner produced that joint early in the game with him
Early
and
in the
Freeway
game
when they
was
first
crazy.
came out. Yo, that joint.
Definitely fire.
Yeah, that was a classic, man. Yeah. I love Philly artists, man. We got a lot of talent in Philly, man. One of the things y'all could put me on to, man, is like, who are the hottest up-and-coming artists coming out of Philly, man?
Oh, it's a lot of them now. A lot of them is your face.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah! Oh! I'm checking it.
So this is the place they come to then.
Oh, this is the place to come to. Hold up. Singer over there. Rapper. That's Sipping with Sammy. Spanish Fly.
Okay.
She sang and
Spanish,
rap.
you rap? Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yo, that's what's up. So all the talent in Philly is coming out of this one place right here. And that's big, though. That's big, man. This is a heck of a platform, man.
Definitely,
For
man.
artists, man. I like that, man.
Definitely.
Thanks for
How
sliding,
long
man.
Glockaway been in business? So no.
Ooh, 2.
How long it's been? 15, 2001.
18 years.
Wow. 18
18 years.
It's
The same location?
We about to send niggas to college.
No, we had like 5 storefronts.
How long you was at this one? Right here.
4 years.
4 years. And before this,
We was across the street for 2 years with Gruff.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. I just seen Brock too. He told me he's in Kensington now, right? Yeah, he went to Kensington.
Hey man, this is a true honor to have you on my show, good bro.
Definitely
Well,
was.
our show,
It's
I'll say
amazing.
too.
It's amazing.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I usually don't even go out to different events, man. I try to chill. You know, if I run into people, I run into them. You know, we bust it up, man. But DJ Pooh Geez is one of the realest cats I met, man. Very humble guy, man. So when he asked me, yo, come on through, I said, say no more, man. I'll be there, man.
We appreciate that.
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
man.
We appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
And we definitely gonna be looking out for you. You know what I'm saying, and see what you got in the store. And you know, we getting ready to get ready for that 8-ball hour.
No, the X show.
The X? Did I mess it up?
Nah,
don't be
it's all
changing
good.
the
It's all
name.
good.
I seen the
She can
name.
exit out and change it.
Hey, we about to do the
Shout out.
X Factor.
X Factor.
Listen, my bad, boo. Hey, Rose, we here, boo. I got you.
Shout out to RPX too.
Hey, definitely
Look,
shout out.
Thank you very much,
my
Larry.
girl.
This has been a crazy show.
It's been amazing.
I'll talk to y'all next week. And don't forget, tune in to the DJ show this week. That DJ Talk
every
with me and
Sunday,
DJ Wax
2 to 4.
spinning every Sunday from 2 to 4. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be crazy this week. We got DJ Doodles this week and DJ D Square. So holla at us.
Salute.